Chapter 5, Adobe Photoshop CC and Introduction. Concept note: Photoshop is an image creation, graphic design, and photo editing software developed by Adobe. The software is used to edit and manipulate digital images. Learning outcomes: Children will be able to understand the significance of Photoshop software, learn how to use different tools of Photoshop CC. Neha: Hey Tia, have you heard about Photoshop CC? It is an amazing software for editing and manipulating images. Tia: Photoshop? Yeah, I've heard of it, but I'm not sure how it works. Neha: Well, Photoshop CC is a powerful tool used for editing photos and creating digital artwork. You can do all sorts of things like cropping, retouching, adding text, and even changing colors. Tia: That sounds cool, but what can we use it for? Neha: People use Photoshop CC for enhancing photos, creating posters, designing logos, etc. Tia: I'd love to learn more about it. Where do we start? Neha: Well, let's begin with the basics. We will learn about the interface, tools, and some simple editing techniques. It's going to be fun. Photoshop is a raster graphics editor. Since it was developed and published by Adobe Systems, it is called Adobe Photoshop. It was originally created in 1988 by Thomas and John Knoll. In computer graphics, a raster graphic image is a dot matrix data structure representing a generally rectangular grid of pixels or points of color, viewable via a monitor, paper, or other display medium. Raster images are stored in image files with varying formats. Fact Corner: The CC in Adobe Photoshop CC stands for Creative Cloud. Adobe transitioned to a subscription-based model called Adobe Creative Cloud, where users pay a monthly or annual fee to access Adobe software, including Photoshop, through the cloud. Rasterizing means changing text or images into a form in which they can be printed, whereas Photoshop can edit and compose raster images in multiple layers. Photoshop uses PSD and PSB file formats to store digital image. Features of Adobe Photoshop CC. Some of the features of Adobe Photoshop CC are as follows. It is a comprehensive tool for editing images. It can handle any kind of image file, even raw photos from professional cameras. It uses the Mercury graphics engine to make editing smoother and faster. It provides a wide range of powerful tools that let you manipulate images with precision and creativity. It covers all aspects of image enhancement, from HDR imaging to animation and special effects. It offers palettes, brushes, and various essential tools to make your editing process efficient and creative. It ensures accurate selection, gives you control over layers, and even offers automatic image correction tools. Opening Adobe Photoshop CC. To open Adobe Photoshop, type Photoshop in the search box and then click on the Adobe Photoshop option. The Photoshop welcome screen appears. Opening of existing files. Most of the time you will want to start by opening an existing photo rather than creating a new blank image. Photoshop allows you to open and edit existing image files including JPEG, PNG, and PSD, Photoshop document files. To open a file, select File, Open. A dialog box will appear. Locate and select the file on your computer, then click Open. The file will appear in Photoshop. Creating a new image. Click on the File menu and the Select New option from the drop-down list. A new dialog box will appear, allowing you to set properties for your new document. Enter the width and height of the new image. Click the Create button. Checkpoint. Write in brief the steps involved in opening and creating file in Photoshop. Adobe Photoshop CC interface. Once you have opened the application, the Photoshop CC interface will appear. There are complex elements in the interface that include the toolbars and option panes that you will need to perform the most basic tasks in Photoshop. Zoom level. The current zoom level is displayed just like it is in the Documents tab. You can type a different percentage in that field to enhance the zoom level. For using Zoom tool, select the Zoom tool and click either the Zoom in or Zoom out button in the option bar. Status bar. To the right of the zoom level is the status bar. By default, the status bar displays the color profile of the image. You can click on that arrow next to the status bar to reveal other document information like width or height, resolution or color image. Toolbar. The toolbar, also known as the toolbox or the tools palette, is where Photoshop holds all of its tools. You will find it along the left of the Photoshop's interface. There are tools for making selections, for editing and retouching images, for painting, adding type or shapes to your document and more. Photoshop includes lots of tools. In fact, there are many more tools than what we see. Most of the tools in the toolbar have other tools nested in with them in the same spot. Click and hold on a tools icon to view a menu of the other tools hiding behind it. For example, by default, the rectangular marquee tool is selected. It is the second tool from the top. If we click and hold on the rectangular marquee tools icon, a fly out menu appears. The menu shows the elliptical marquee tool. The single row marquee tool and the single column marquee tool can also be selected from that same spot. Options bar. Directly linked to the toolbar is Photoshop's options bar. The options bar displays options for whichever tool we have selected in the toolbar. You will find the options bar along the top of the interface just above the document window. For example, while using the eraser tool, we can easily set the size of the eraser by using the options bar. Menu bar. Along the very top of Photoshop's interface is the menu bar. The menu bar is where we find various options and commands all grouped into categories. For example, the File menu, holds options for opening, saving and closing documents. The Layer menu lists options for working with layers and so on. Palettes. Along the right of Photoshop's interface is where we find the palettes. These tools give us access to all sorts of commands and options, and there are different palettes for different tasks. Each palette has a tab at the top which displays the palette's name. Though there are two other tabs to the right of the Layers tab. One is Set Channels and the other is Set Paths. These are other palettes that are nested in with the Layers palette in the same palette group. By default, only a handful of palettes are displayed at first, but there are many more palettes available to us in Photoshop. You will find the complete list of palettes under the Window menu in the menu bar. Tools in Photoshop. Toolbar is a graphical control element on which on-screen buttons, icons, menus, or other input or output elements are placed. The toolbar sits on the left-hand side of the Photoshop interface and it holds the tools we use to create, edit, manipulate our images. Move and Selection Tools. Selection Tools. Selection tools help us to select a subpart of an image to work on and keep remaining part of image unaffected. In Photoshop, marquee selection tools allow you to select regions in your image to alter, copy, move and apply filters. These tools are accessible in the following manner. Rectangular marquee tool. This is the default selection setting. You can make a selection of any rectangular size and shape. Elliptical marquee tool. This tool is available when you click and hold down on the selection tool region of the toolbar. It is used to select elliptical spaces. To select a round area, hold the Shift key while clicking and dragging. Single row marquee tool. This tool will select a 1 pixel region that is as wide as your image. This is very useful for trimming edges and making straight lines. Single column marquee tool. The tool will select a 1 pixel region that is as tall as your image. This is also very useful for trimming edges and making straight lines. The steps to be followed to select an image part using marquee tool are: open the image, select the marquee tool of your choice, drag the mouse over the image to mark the selection. Move tool. The Move tool moves an entire layer at a time. The Move tool is used to move a selected part of an image to a new position. When you have selected this tool, click on a layer in the layer pane and then click and drag on the image. The current layer will move all at once. You can even move it outside the current image size. Lasso tool. Lasso selection tools are similar to the marquee tools, except that the lasso tools give you ultimate freedom in terms of the shape of your selection. There are 3 types of lasso tools as follows. The steps to be followed to use lasso tools are: open the image, select the lasso tool of your choice and use it by the following method. Lasso tool. It allows you to draw a selection by dragging the cursor freehand. The selection will close itself. Polygonal lasso tool. It creates a selection composed of straight lines that can be as short as 1 pixel. The selection grows with each additional click. Magnetic lasso tool. It works a little like a combination of the other 2 lasso tools. This tool helps select the pixels around the edges of a particular image. While extracting part of an image from its background, the result will be choppy and rough around the edges unless you adjust the feather value in the options bar. This fades the edges you create and can smooth the region into its new background. Magic Wand tool. The Magic Wand tool is similar to the magnetic lasso tool, except that rather than dragging to make a selection, you click in a region and a selection appears around similar colored pixels. Cropping and painting tool. The crop tool allows you to rotate and crop your image along predefined parameters. The crop tool is especially useful if you have a series of product images that all need to be the same size and orientation. Crop tool. We use this tool to crop an image and it is similar to the rectangular marquee tool. The difference is that when you press the enter or return key, it crops your image to the size of the box, and outside of the box information is not shown whenever you do not press Ctrl+Z. The steps to be followed to use a crop tool are: open the image and select the crop tool. To crop the part of an image, drag the corner and edge to the desired position. Click Enter to crop the image. Slice tool. The Slice tool creates multiple images from one image or layer. Slice Select tool. Select the Slide Select tool and click on a slice to select. You can move and resize using the Slice Select tool, the bounding box of the selected slice. To move a slice by a few pixels, you can use the keyboard cursor keys. Paint tools. Photoshop provides you with several tools for painting and editing image color. The brush tool and the pencil tool work like a traditional drawing tool, applying color with brush strokes. Tools like the eraser tool, blur tool, and smudge tool modify the existing colors in the image. In the options bar for each of these painting tools, you can set how color is applied to an image and choose from preset brush tips. Let us learn about 2 of the most common paint tools. Paint Bucket tool. This is one of the most frequently used tools in Photoshop. It fills the selected area with a color and is often used to create a background. It is also one of the most straightforward tools in Photoshop and is relatively simple to use in most cases. To use the Paint Bucket tool, follow the given steps. Right-click on the Paint tools and click on the Paint Bucket tool. Now, set your background and foreground colors. Click on the workspace, you will see the desired color. Gradient tool. This is the more complicated tool than the Paint Bucket tool. The Gradient tool creates a gradual blend between multiple colors. You can choose from preset gradient fills or create your own. To use the Gradient tool, follow the given steps. Right-click on the Paint tools and select Gradient tool. Various options related with the Gradient tool will be displayed in the options bar. Choose the desired style. Move the pointer towards the workspace and drag it. The selected gradient will be applied